Back for installment number 2. Makes a difference. Oh, light on. No. Today's recipe, pretty appropriate considering the release of the new Xmen movie. Could I be a superhero? This one's particularly gobbledygook looking. Magneto Electro-Charged Blintzes. I am an Xmen fan, but just the movies I've seen, but I'm not very up with the comic. I thought I'd give it a shot, and we're gonna just, I did as much research as I could, and we'll go from there. Blintzes are very popular within the Jewish culture. They're pretty much they're like crepe. So they're really thin pancakes, essentially. This is relevant because Magneto, as I found out, scouring the internet for information, read a lot about his German Jewish heritage. So let's get started. I have catfish on the television right now because of reasons. Yeah, we're good? We're good. Ooh, I know. What do you think of my TARDIS apron? So first we need, the purposes of availability, almond milk. We need some water, which I'll just take when I start mixing. I need 2 eggs, half a cup of flour, salt, the finale of Supernatural. Can we just need 2 tablespoons of sugar. Oh, this episode of Catfish is a good one. We also need some butter. We need 3 tablespoons of butter, and then we're going to need more for the pan when we get frying, which is another thing we'll talk about later on. That's everything we need, actually. That's another thing. Blintzes are filled. I'm changing it up a little bit based on trying to get it the electro-charged aspect of it. Pretty basic. You're going to take your ingredients, you're going to whisk them together. You don't even have to take out the hand mixer, which is cool because there's not going to be chaos. Bowls. To the 30 people who have watched my video, you guys bowled me over. We're going to crack the eggs first. I don't apologize for any puns, ever. Of course I'm going to continue to show off by cracking eggs with one hand. Wow! Because I don't feel like washing a pot that's currently in the sink, we're going to melt the 3 ounces of butter in this pan right here. Okay, super duper low. Keep an eye on it. Let's get our 2 tablespoons. What is he saying? Now whisk it. Whisk it like your life depends on it. This is very good for your arm muscles. Let's add our milk and our water next. Milk, 1/4 of a cup. Water, an 1/8 of a cup. So fill this halfway. Whisk it again, but use the other arm. What's that? Now we've got our dry ingredients. Oh, I didn't even see that. There's vanilla in this too. Vanilla. It's only half a teaspoon. Whisk it. We'll kind of like whisk it. Add your 1/2 cup of flour. You know the deal. Add it gradually. This batter is going to be very thin. Add your melted butter. Scraper. Get it nice. Get it as smooth as possible. Get your lumpies and bumpies out. There it is. Very nice. This is kind of the tricky part. Add a little bit more butter to your pan. Spray the pan down. But I have to use butter manually. Just to be cautious, I'm adding a little bit of oil to the pan. If you sprayed it, you're fine. Disregard this. Oh. Add a pinch of salt, too. Turn your pan on low. And we're going to make essentially a pancake, but it's going to be as thin as possible. You're going to let it cook. You don't have to flip it. Trust me, I'll show you. We'll get through this together. I swear. Now, scoop and add. Swirl it around. Let it get onto the entire bottom of the pan. Let it cook. And you just gotta leave it and let it do its thing. This is a lot more watching than the first recipe. I'm gonna drink some water and stand here. It's starting to bubble a little bit. Alright, you're gonna need something to go underneath it with. Something flat that you'll be able to, any kind of little scraper thing. If you can flip it up and check it, see how brown it's getting on the bottom. For the record, if you feel like you can flip it, There's nothing wrong with flipping it. But for the sake of easy execution for everybody, don't flip it. Keep shaking it. Shake and bake. And do the sides a little bit. There we go. I think this little honey is done. What you're going to notice is it's pretty much the same color as it was when I put it in. Touch the top a bit. It's firm. It's nothing on my hand, so that's how you know it's cooked. It's firm to the touch. You should be able to pick it up and move it. So you have your first one done. Continue with the rest of the batter and keep doing it. Put paper towels or napkins in between to soak up any excess. Preferably, re-spray your pan, re-oil your pan every time, just to avoid any kind of stickage. Look at how circular that is. Whoops. Let's talk fillings. The filling is the fun part. Electrolytes, which carry an electric charge. It's pretty vital to be keeping your electrolytes up when you are trying to lift things up and pretty much making yourself impenetrable to any sort of harm. Regulates our nerve and muscle functions, helping him to be the anti-hero, supervillain, superhero that we all know and love. Some of the minerals that are commonly, considered to be electrolytes are sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. We'll fill them and roll them. Typical filling for a blintz is usually a cheese, cream cheese, ricotta. Cream cheese. This is where we're going to deviate from the typical way that that blintzes are prepared. So some other things we're going to pull for the filling. Our good friend, the cocoa powder. Actually a good source of calcium and potassium. Oh look, I ripped the tag off and nothing happened. High source of magnesium is peanut butter. Milk kind of forms calcium. The sodium aspect is the salt. If you have crushed up pretzels, throw some crushed up pretzels in there. I think that'd be delicious with cream cheese and cocoa powder. According to my recipe, I have half a cup of cream cheese. Cocoa powder. 1. Very gentle. Do you want to watch me very gently try to do this? Make this a little bit easier. I'm just going to start over the sink really quick. Wow, I just dropped it on the floor. Damn it. We're going to actually add a little bit of vanilla too. 1/4 of a teaspoon. Just a little bit of sugar. About a tablespoon should be fine. So, let's do one. Okay, get a plate. Get one of your crepes that you've made. Put it down. Take your cream cheese, put it towards the back. Actually, I think a little bit towards the middle would be better. I mean, they don't have a lot of room, so fold the sides in like this. Fold them in. Fold the back over the filling, and then fold the front over the front you just filled. There we go. And you'll get this nice little looking crepe thing. I would not win any awards for this. We're gonna fry this, and yeah. This time we're gonna use oil. You don't need a lot, just enough to coat it. Start it up. You're not gonna, can't see. You're not gonna fry it for a long time. Just long enough it starts browning on both sides. Making that sizzling noise. Flip it. Okay. That's good enough. Just gotta brown it. And put it on your plate. Alright. The finished products. Electro-Charged Magneto Blintzes. This is actually probably a perfect one. It's crisp. It's folded nice. It's, substantial. I don't know. You can top it with some sort of fruit, some honey, yogurt if that's your deal. Probably put ice cream on them. I don't see why not. It's pouring outside. Here they are. Something that I would hope Magneto would like. Describing him as a character and a villain and a superhero and his being, Whoops, they almost just fell onto the laptop. That would have sucked. And so there you have it. Fillings are endless, but they're packed with electrolytes. And that's it. Until next time, the FandomBaker says to subscribe. This is apparently my microphone. To subscribe. And I'll see you next time with the next video. Happy Memorial Day and happy X-Men release week. Cheers. Wish I'd gotten helmets for them.